What makes you want to get healthy? There's got to be some sort of like actual dream behind it. I was able to find a way out of it. Yes, was nutrition and workout strategy, but it was also very much mindset and energy.
What's the reason for centering on 40 plus women?
A lot of women are tired of maybe they've tried a lot of diets. Like, give me a real plan. I want to be strong and healthy for the rest of my life.
I've always loved the saying, you're just one decision away from a totally different life. Like anytime you decide, you know what, I'm going to change something or I'm going to choose something different, that one little decision can absolutely change the whole trajectory of your life, right?
Ask for help. You don't try to go fix your own car. Hire a
Sure.
coach or a trainer. Know that you're worthy.
Hello, hello. I'm here with Stephanie Flynn, fat loss and transformation coach for women 40 plus, founder of Awaken, a transformation company, 20 plus years experience helping women become their healthiest, most confident selves. Welcome, Steph. I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you. Same.
Yeah, do you want to tell us a little bit more about this amazing business of yours and what you're
Yeah.
doing? Sounds awesome.
So I am a passionate, I've been a personal trainer for almost 20 years, and I'm passionate about doing it because I believe in people's ability to transform no matter what their past is, no matter how many times that they've tried and failed, no matter what. I know a person can change and transform. I had that experience myself in my life, and then just my background and passion has been fitness ever since I did the whole like go to college and gained weight, and then I didn't know how to lose weight, and so I dieted and I restricted, but then I ended up binging on food, and then I would feel ashamed, and then I try to diet and restrict again, and it was just an awful cycle. I was able to find a way out of it, which, yes, was nutrition and workout strategy, but it was also very much mindset and energy, meditation. So I like to
Right.
incorporate that into my coaching along with, what do you eat? Definitely don't tell people to don't cut carbs and do a bunch of cardio. That's not going to last. So how do you actually do something that's going to last and incorporate the mindset coaching in it too?
So, are you mostly working with people in person or do you have like online programs also?
Online, yeah, all
Online. So
online.
all online. Wow, awesome. I love that.
Yeah. When I was, let's see, about 17 years ago, 18 years ago, I was a personal trainer in person, and I actually won this worldwide transformation contest for my
Wow.
transformation through Bill Phillips. And I won like $10,000 to the charity of my choice. And
Wow.
from there, yeah, I just went all in. I opened my own personal training studio, and then I ran Fit Body Boot Camps. It's a franchise. I opened four, and I did that for about 10 years. And then COVID happened. I had already sold some of my studios because I realized I wanted to make a bigger impact by coaching people one to one online more, move that direction.
Mhm.
But I took a pause to be with my daughter, to be a mom. She's 11. She has Down syndrome, and focus on my relationships, focus on how to be successful without burning out and being
Right.
overwhelmed, like
Yes.
how to be in the feminine and receptive. And so yeah, so now no, I'm not doing in person. I feel right now I can have a really big impact with people online, and like it's way better than just because training a person in person as a personal trainer, I maybe get to see that person 3 times a week for 30 minutes or an hour. When I'm training them online, they can like text me, call me, not call me, text me, voice message anytime, and we do weekly one-to-one coaching calls. So, I'm just holding their hand and like helping them with their everyday habits, not
Right.
just their workouts.
And I suppose they have probably access to like some evergreen stuff that lives in your program where they can access it when they
Yeah.
want.
Well, we have an app. I have an
Oh,
app,
yeah.
and so I will customize a person's nutrition plan. So, like, it's a custom meal plan based on their specific calories and protein goals. and then workouts. So I do custom workouts on there. It's a really cool app. So I can write the workout, and the app provides videos for each exercise.
Oh, that's
So I
amazing.
could do the whole warm up, the workout, the cool down, and so the meal plan, and it has really easy recipes that you can just we can choose together and then swap it out like every week. It's kind of like, okay, what's working, what's not. Like one client even right now, she's actually in Iceland, but she was like, I really love cheese, and like I want to have, cheese as part of my snacks. How can I fit that in? And so I can help her like fit that into her meal plan and make it, stuff that she likes that still fits her macros.
Wow. I
Her
love that you
macros.
have kind of like a global business, right? All over the world with clients.
That's
That's
what's cool about
amazing.
doing online.
Yeah. So, what's the reason for centering on 40 plus women?
Because I found that at that point, a lot of women are tired of like, maybe they've tried a lot of diets. They're going through a phase in their life, like maybe in their 20s, they were able to just be like, oh, I'm just not going to eat as much and, do extra cardio and like get the results they want. And now, if you do that, it's going to cause your body to increase cortisol. It's not going to be good for your hormones, your metabolism. And so they're at that point where it's like, okay, I'm tired of this. Like, give me a real plan. Like, I want to
Right.
actually also kind of like they're going to be more in the mindset of, I want to be strong and healthy for the rest of my life. And I want to be like I want to be a fit, strong mom. Um, that's the point. It seems like they're going to be more the mindset of the women that I want to help.
Yeah. And that's the beauty, I guess, having your own business, right? You can decide what kind of clients you want to work with and the kind of energy you want to be in all of the time.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
definitely help younger women too. It's just in general, I feel
Yeah.
passionate about that and letting ladies know it's like it doesn't matter your hormones. Like I know what it's like even getting older and like having certain habits can lead more to perimenopause symptoms, but then changing certain habits. I've even experienced this in my life where it's like, okay, I've had to change certain things so I don't have the issues with sleep or hair or bloating and stuff like that
Right.
in my
Yeah.
life.
Well, that's good that you're able to sort of tailor that, but you're not saying that you won't serve women who are younger. So that's
Right,
just want to
yeah.
be clear about that.
Yeah. No, yeah. I
That's
will.
nice.
It's just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who you typically attract, right? Is
Yeah.
that
And
crowd.
in
Okay.
marketing, it's easier to like market. I mean, really, it just like so I have a specific person who can be like, "Oh, that's me," whenever I'm
Right.
making
It
my
helps you to
video.
find the people that need you.
Yes.
Yes, I love this. Is there is there something like if someone was listening to this conversation, for example, and they're like, "Oh, I love this idea, I really need support in this area." What would you want them to do first? Obviously, finish watching this video, but then what would you want them to
They like
do?
support. They can message me on Instagram. That would be the
Okay.
best. It's my handle is at Stephanie Transforms. Stephanie Transforms.
Awesome. Perfect.
I believe in
Okay. And
transformation. It's
yes.
changing, and then transformation means that you don't go back to how you were before. And
Right.
so,
I love that. And we'll make sure to put her link to Instagram below this video as well in the description.
yeah, we could just have a chat and yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So then typically what happens when so say, somebody hears about you, or maybe they were referred by somebody who's worked with you and loved you. You have the chat, and they're like, okay, I love, what you're doing. Are there different levels they can enter in, or is it like a program? I know you mentioned that you tailor, a meal plan, but I'm sure like everybody's kind of different as to what they want. Or do you have a specific program where everybody kind of does the same thing?
Well, I would talk to a person and make sure that her goals, like here, really want to like ask questions, understand where she's at now, where she wants to be, and if it sounds like we're a good fit and I know I can help her, then I'd walk through how we'd work together. And it is customized. It's just generally right now it is a one-to-one coaching program. Maybe
Okay.
down the road I'll start offering more group, but right now one-to-one coaching with me. And then the personalization comes in as we move along and see what sort of mindset blocks come in whenever life happens. And, but you still have a
Hmm.
goal of getting healthy and fit.
Love this. So, what is your, this is funny because this question was asked of us I met Steph at our CEO day, not even very long ago. What are we like, already like 2 months, maybe? Oh my gosh. No,
That was like
a month,
April.
1 month. Okay.
Yeah.
Like the ninth, I
April
think.
9th. Yeah.
So, regardless of when you see this video, we haven't known each other very long, like a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we were able to spend the day together, and one of the questions we were asked was, "What is your wish for humanity?" And I thought that was a really amazing question, so I wondered if you'd mind sharing what your wish is.
Yeah. It is. So if everyone could just awaken to their potential to be, do, and have anything, no matter what their past is, to awaken to how amazing we are as humans. And like, we do not need to be, it's like we're programmed to believe that we have to age a certain way and you have to follow, you go to school, you go to college, you get a job, you get married, then you just wait till retirement. And there's so much more available like so it's to help people see that, to see their potential, to see that like we actually only see on their whole reality, our eyes only see less than 1% of what's possible, the visible light spectrum, and like there's so much more. So people can know that they don't have to suffer, they don't have to be in that hamster wheel of life,
Hmm.
and they can at any time they can change.
I love that. I've always loved the saying, you're just one decision away from a totally different life. That really inspired me
Yeah.
like about 10 years ago, maybe even more, maybe 15 years ago. And I just always like love that idea. It's like anytime you decide, you know what, I'm gonna change something or I'm gonna choose something different, that one little decision can absolutely change the whole trajectory of your life, right? Going in a different
Yeah.
direction, which I really love that. And I
That's
think
cool. Tell
that's
me more, like what you, cause like, yeah, cause I was gonna make a video today about deciding, cause it just came to me, it's like making a decision is you're cutting off all other possibilities and you're going in a new direction.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people stay so stuck, right? Is because they're actually not, they're choosing not to choose, right? They're not making a
Yeah.
decision. They're staying in this place, which doesn't feel good, but maybe they're overwhelmed, or, we all know people who are completely overwhelmed, and I certainly was one of them as well.
Yeah.
Um, but I started making different choices, right? I didn't
Yeah.
want to be so busy and exhausted and like all of those things. And
Yeah.
so I think that whole idea of just like actually making decisions that empower you, but really making a decision, because when we don't decide, and it doesn't mean you have to totally change your life, right? But doing nothing is a decision too. And I think a lot of people
Mhm.
don't, they're like trying to avoid making some kind of tough decision or whatever. But by not making a decision at all, that's a choice too, right? So I think decision is one of the most important things that, so if you're making a video about it, I think everybody needs it, right? Like it's one of
Yeah.
those things that we forget sometimes. It's like we have the power. We can choose anything we want, which a lot of people don't believe, right? Because they're like, what do you mean
Yeah.
anything you want? Well, if I chose to be a millionaire right now, well, you can choose that.
Yeah.
You
You
can
might
do
have
that.
like a ton of subconscious blocks that are creating energy that won't allow it to happen, but you could
Yeah.
still do it. Like
Yeah, you can still decide that that's something you
yeah.
want, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's where lots of the dreams can begin, right? And when they come to
Yeah.
you, they have an idea of what they want for their health, right? And how they want their life to be. And you're just helping them to fulfill that dream, that idea, but the rest of their life is the same. As soon as they start making choices of how they want or how they envision themselves, they can start moving towards those things too. So I think that's really cool. Sorry, my eyes are gonna
It's okay. Yeah.
water. Every video. Okay, y'all know this already. So, has anything changed for you since we got together for our CEO day?
Well, what's changed, I would say, is just like the really I've been actually marketing my program more, so it's just really coming together. Um, it's like a dream and a vision that I've worked on for almost 20 years, but I'm really loving having the chance to get to work with women like one to one rather than having
Mm.
hundreds and hundreds of clients like I had, and I felt like I lost the touch.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like I lost getting to have my own specific touch of like the way I think and the way that I can help people got kind of lost. But yeah,
You
so
mean
what's
because you
changed?
were,
Got
oh
another.
yeah.
Hmm?
Sorry, because you were in you had the
Boot camps.
right, which
Yeah.
was sort of someone else's business model in a sense, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
someone else's Fit Body Boot Camp. I loved their model because they were like, I loved their vision. That's why I joined. But it was to like help expose 20% of the world's population to health and fitness by 2020. Something I joined in 2011. I was like, oh, I have a vision to impact a lot of people. It's just that I was like, I also was focused, okay, scale, 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 and so I can help a lot of people. But then it was also like, yes, there's like a lot more people, but I'm so busy also running the businesses. I'm not getting to actually work with the people like as much. I get to work with my team and so,
Right.
but yeah, so now what's changed, I guess, is just that I've gotten to, I've just taken off more. So my
That's
business.
good.
Yeah.
So how do you handle like getting more and more one-on-one clients? Like how do you handle the time? Or do you have a cap? Or are you taking a certain amount more right
Yeah,
now?
yeah. I'm not gonna take. I do have a cap. I have. So this time around, I'm like making it like boundaries. Like I'm gonna only take calls
Good.
between all these times. Like even on Sunday, I still worked yesterday, but I didn't mind. Like as far as like making a reel and stuff like that. But as far as like messaging people and I did still message with one client, but like um I'm just making sure I have boundaries with as far as like what time I'm open and that people know it too, that people know my
Right.
boundaries. And so that way, yeah. So right now,
And
once I
manage
get,
managing
I
their
know I'm going to go into group
expectations.
coaching and be able to help more people, but I'm going to make sure I get to keep my personal touch in that.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's totally possible though. Even if you had
Yeah,
cohorts maybe, right? Because then you're
exactly.
taking a group through together
Yeah.
and they can support one another. I think
Yeah.
that could be
Yeah.
really powerful too, right? Because I think a lot
Yeah.
of women, right, they're like, because you've worked with so many that there's a
Hmm.
lot of similarities between clients, especially at that age, right? There's a lot of things
Hmm.
going on that people can relate to, and maybe even connecting them together for that like sort of support as they move through some of the same challenges at the same time.
Yeah, that's a really good point because that was something really cool, beneficial about boot camp was the
Hmm.
community aspect and like people getting like even us, we're in a group program
Yeah.
together. And so like we get to help each other. Group calls, someone else might ask a question that I didn't know to ask, and then I get
Yeah.
to hear the answer.
Or maybe, there's people in the group who are scared to ask, right? And someone else asks it and they
Yeah,
still get the support they need, but they didn't have to
yeah,
kind of push past their comfort level, right? Yeah, I think
yeah.
I love groups. I think that people do tend to sometimes even absorb more, right? Because they're in a different state. Like they're in two states, right? They're helping themselves, but they're also people learn a lot when they're like, "Oh no, she said this. Yeah, yeah, she told us to do this." And it's like they're teaching. But in order to teach, they have to absorb the information first, right? So then someone's
Yes.
behind and then they feel like they're being valuable too at the same time while
Yeah.
they're being helped. So I love the
Yeah.
group model.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that could be really awesome. But, I
Yeah.
mean, you
I
do
agree.
what you move and you add to your business the way you want to, because that's part of the freedom of it, right? Is that you can do whatever
Yeah,
you want.
I the freedom. Yeah, I know. In a few months, it'll be because if it'll get to a point where I can't handle that many people. So
Yeah. Well, one-on-one, we can only have so
yeah,
many people, right?
yeah,
That's the limit. But I mean, it's still so beneficial for people, right? So you don't want
yeah,
to not offer that if that's what they want. But yeah, I
yeah,
love That's kind of my passion, right? Is talking about all those different models of how to do things. And I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I
I
love
kind of got
hearing.
into another group, like a coach, and it did help me. I really wanted to narrow down my niche because I was in fitness and it is my passion. It's just what I do. Now I didn't grow up working out, but now even when I'm not a trainer, I still I track my macros, not all of them, like not the carbs of that, but I mainly like pay attention to being fit. Like it just makes me feel good. Like if I'm not
Mhm.
exercising regularly, doing yoga or something, it's just natural to me. But I'm like way more, I'm also very passionate about helping people awaken to their potential to transform and know the power of our awareness, our consciousness, our ability to manifest, the law of attraction,
Mhm.
all of that. And
Right.
so like I had to narrow it down. I needed to like more make it more, I guess, marketable and attract people to
Right.
and so I was like, yeah, duh, attract people who were at a point where they're like, no, I really want to get in shape because a lot of times like there's a pain point, there's a crack that can allow like the light of the spirit, the light of awareness to come through. So that's why, yeah, I just was like, okay. And it was recommended to start like 1-to-1 to really get that dialed in, and then I'll move
Yeah.
to group. I
That's
will
nice.
move to group.
Well, too, I suppose, you're helping people to have a different language too about themselves, right? And how they're talking about
Mhm.
themselves and relating to themselves. So, even in saying lose weight, well, we know when you say lose weight, like you're just subconsciously like you've lost something, right? And
Mhm.
you want to get it back. So it comes back. So like changing like maybe to say release. I don't know if you do that, but I'm just saying like even not us being aware of our self-talk and what we're saying to ourselves,
Mhm.
being kinder, giving ourselves more grace. What would you say to someone who is listening now, maybe is thinking about making some kind of change with regards to their health or their strength or whatever it is? Is there something that they could, start to think about, maybe journal about, or just kind of get in touch with and create, sort of this level of awareness to begin with?
Yeah. So if they are wanting, they already have a like a sort of inkling or a motivation to want to get healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say to take a deep breath and go within and do see your end result. Like what makes you want to get healthy? There's got to be some sort of like actual dream behind it. Like some, do you see yourself like being able to travel? You're going to retire, you want to be able to travel. There's a little things like, okay, I want to be able to wake up and like put my clothes on and not feel like gross and bloated. I want to wake up and like not feel tired and, have
Hmm.
confidence and energy through the day. But like, what is the end result? To paint a picture of the end result, like
Right.
something that's very motivating to them, like what makes them want to be healthy, so that way the picture is in their consciousness, and if they hold that picture and do it regularly, then there'll be the whole like the bridge of incidents, the things that happen to then bring that into reality. It really does
Right.
start with that, the awareness and like putting it in the consciousness and the imagination first. So that sounds a little bit woo woo, but then also ask for help. Like literally, like you don't try to go fix your own car unless you know how to do it. Like you hire a mechanic to do it. So hire a
Sure.
coach or a trainer. Ask, just like feel good. Know that you're worthy.
Hmm.
Like if your dog breaks their leg and it costs $2,000, you're gonna go pay for it to get fixed. Like you're worth $2,000 too, if you're or 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, however much
Right.
to fix your to
Yes.
not fix yourself, but to better invest in yourself, to better yourself. So know that you're worthy.
I love that. And thanks for that reminder for everybody who is listening, myself included. I think we as women always need those reminders, right? To just like, because our nature is to care for others, right? And to just remember to care for ourselves, I think is always a good reminder to put ourselves first because it's the whole, empty cup thing.
Yeah.
I love that. So thank you so much for sharing all of this. So if you're loving, what Stephanie is about, and it's fun that we're both Stephs. So
Yeah.
check out her links below because honestly, I don't think there's anything more important than your health. As we go on in life, And we want to be able to live it. We want to be able to, see our children and grandchildren and even if you don't have children, right? We want to have the best experience out of life that we can have. And I think that, um, taking care of ourselves is a way of showing ourselves love, but it's also a way of us caring for everyone else as well. Because we can't be there for them and we can't show up as the kind of people that we want to. So when you're talking about vision too, I think it's also really about when we see ourselves in that state where we are healthier than we are now or whatever, how does that actually feel? So what is that feeling that we're really trying to achieve? Is it that we're smiling? Is it that now it could be very much to do with your identity of just loving how you look in your clothes or like whatever it is, right? You're showing up in that way. And when you're visualizing, I think really important to just write down how it is you're feeling. So what is that so attractive to you that you're feeling like so energized or whatever it is. Everybody's answer is going to be different, right? And there's no right or wrong answer, of course. So love that. Is there anything else that you want to add before we wrap up?
Just for people to believe in themselves, believe like that is where it all starts. It might sound a little bit cliche or cheesy, but believe in yourself and your ability. Like if you can imagine something, it's there for a reason. So go
Hmm.
for it and be vulnerable. Ask for help. You do not need to do it alone. All of us humans have some unique gift, and so we're here to help each other.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's really an important step because we all need mentors in some way. We all need people to guide us through this life, especially people who have already done what we're trying to achieve. I mean, that's like a shortcut. Who doesn't want a shortcut? I know I do.
Exactly. Make it help it go more quickly.
Yeah, make it easier on yourself. Like the path of
Yes.
least resistance, right? Would be how could if I it was easy, then I would just, be able to follow what the guidance someone else is giving me versus trying to have and go sift through the internet or whatever it is and try to find something that works for my specific, I think that to me sounds like awful. So I would
Yeah.
just rather someone sit down with me and say, "Hey, okay, this is what I'm dealing with," and then make a plan that can be very specific to your needs. So I think what you're doing is amazing. So thank you for doing it because I think it's important work. We all need it.
Thank you. And
Yes.
thanks for
So
having me
check
on.
out, absolutely. Thanks so much for being here. Check out Stephanie's links below the video. Feel free to comment. If you have any questions, we'll try to monitor and pass those questions on. If you're seeing this, a snippet on Instagram or whatever, feel free to comment and we'll be watching and answering questions if they come up. But thanks so much for being here. I'm very grateful to have you and to get to know you a little bit better in your business. I love what you're doing. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. Bye for now, everyone.